Hello, my name is Easton, and um, these are pretty exciting times for our political uh, campaign. I support Barack Obama. Um, I have my own reasons for doing so. First of all, he's not ruling or running on a campaign of fear. He's not trying to do that. That's not his agenda. It's not his objective. I'm supporting Barack Obama because he represents something bigger than just my own state, which is Texas. He represents something bigger than America as a nation itself. I think he represents a change in politics and all over the world. And the reason I did kind of towards lean Hillary until I started watching the debates. When I saw all the debates, I made up my mind that Barack Obama was the best choice because when it came time for judgment, he made the right decisions, he made the right calls. He is a person who speaks to me and makes me believe for the first time in a long time in politics, and that change can happen for a better reason, a better cause, and not just for myself, not just for my family, my friends, or the state, or the American people, but for the whole wide world. If he's able to work from the ground up and get his hands dirty and work with people in his home state, his home city, to his home state, to the United States, think what else he can do. He can probably, if he's able to bring together a country that has been torn apart by so many diverse things, racism, prejudicism, things that make us turn on each other, to bring us together as a country, think of what he can do for the entire world. Now, you can criticize and be cynical all you want and downplay what is probably the most important historical event that America and this world has ever seen, if you want to. But there are many of us, very many of us, who believe in that change and who want it and who thirst for it. And this is the first time in a long time that I myself am able to believe in that change in a candidate for the presidency. And I believe he is not one to play on your fears. Fears are something that most Republicans play on. They want you afraid not to vote for them, only because they feel as if they can protect you better. And that's something that's not right for me. I don't want to be afraid to vote for someone. I want to be hopeful and cheerful when I cast my vote. I want to cast my vote basically because I believe in something, not because I'm afraid of it. And that's what Barack Obama stands for to me. More than that, if he's able to get elected, think of it's bigger. It's much bigger than the United States. It's bigger than that. The whole world is probably watching right now, and I'm pretty sure there are Barack Obama supporters all over the world. Not because he's a person of color, but because he's a person of character, and also maturity. I thought that person was Hillary Clinton, but during the debates you can see that it is not. Barack Obama isn't afraid to concede a good point and to say, you know what, Hillary, you've made a good point. He's not afraid to do that. A mature person can listen as well as talk, and those are very important skills when you're the President of the United States. Don't be afraid to talk to other countries. For the longest time, we've been the nation of shoot first and ask questions later, then talk. That's not how it's supposed to work. Not at all. You're supposed to be able to talk through your problems, not fight your way through them or kill your way through them. That's not how anything gets done. And I believe my candidate, Barack Obama, is best suited for this position, which is the highest position that any person can hold as President of the United States, because he represents that. He represents going to meet people instead of going to kill them. And I believe the whole world's watching this. Maybe they don't have access to CNN or Fox News or MSNBC, but they sure as hell have access to the internet, the World Wide Web. And they can watch the debates on YouTube, and they can see who's the best presidential candidate here in America. It's weird because our attention is focused on us, which is pretty narcissistic. We've kind of taken our eye off of the world. We don't know what's going on in Colombia, Brazil, or Africa, or we've kind of taken our eye off the ball. But it's weird because on the flip side, the whole world, I believe the whole world is paying attention to us in this most crucial moment. And I believe what they want is a president who's going to reach out and work with other nations rather than rush to kill them and change their ideas through bullets. You can't change ideas through bullets. Now, a point on terrorism. The misconception of terrorism is that it is a person. A terrorist is a person that you kill, and that if you kill enough of them, there will be no terrorists left. That's not true. Terrorism is an actual idea, and ideas are something that you can't kill. You can't kill an idea. Any American citizen can become a terrorist at any time, at any day of the week, by changing their ideas. What Barack can do is change that idea, change the state of mind. If you think about it, peace doesn't come with bullets. It's not after the dust has settled down. You don't need it. You don't need the war. Peace can happen during a war when both parties stop shooting and they start talking. When they can put aside their differences and talk. They can agree or they can disagree, but there's no fighting, no bloodshed. That's important in a president of the United States. When Hillary Clinton says that a presidential visit must be earned and we shouldn't be meeting everybody, we shouldn't be going around meeting everybody, that hurts. That's like saying, we're not going to meet you. You're a waste of time. You don't matter unless you do what we want you to do. And Barack is saying, I will meet with our enemies and our friends, and we will talk, and we will work our problems out together. And that's how peace is attained, by working your problems out together through talking, not through fighting. Two people can fight to the death, but it's not going to solve anything. The problem doesn't go away. The problems go away when we work together to come to a positive resolution. Not only does that make us look good as a country, but it makes the world look good as an entire planet, as a human society. A lot of people like to put labels on people, and these are mostly politicians, gays, lesbians, blacks, whites, things like that. These are labels that are made to separate us and to be afraid of each other. I know that in many different cultures and in different nations that are not our own, that they want the same thing. Even terrorists. Terrorists, or quote-unquote terrorists, are, first of all, they're people that we're fighting. We're not fighting things over there. These are people who have families, people who have a belief system, people who bleed the same color that you and I do when they're cut. And the idea are radical. The ideas are radical. They're violent. But there's nothing saying that they can't be changed. If two people can stop fighting and start talking, things change for the better, for everyone. Not to say that I'm unpatriotic. There are some people who just won't change no matter how much talking that you do. And violence should be the last resort, not the first. The first is talking. Talk your problems out. You'll find out, a lot of people think that they're different from the Middle Eastern people, different from the Chinese, different from the Japanese, different from the Africans, different from the Colombians, different from Mexico and Canada. How are you different? all of you, all of us, me, you, everyone else, all of us want to be able to, all of us love our families. All of us love our brothers and sisters and neighbors and want to be able to walk down the street and not be afraid of another citizen. All of us want this. Not just me, not just America, but all of us. I think the whole world wants that. What country wouldn't want to walk down the street and feel safe in their own homes, in their own environments, and they can take a trip abroad and be welcomed instead of shunned and instead of looked at with judgment and things like that.